Oh yes, when I say the name Aproko Dr. Lasisi Sabinus, I know you know who I'm talking about. These are Nigerians who did not begin as mainstream actors or broadcasters. They took advantage of content creation using their professions, talent, creativity, and passion. And today, they are doing well and smiling to the bank. What exactly do you need to know to become a content creator? On the show, if it is important for your personal development, we will deal. And that's why this weekend, we are taking a look once again at the creative industry, but narrowing it down to content creation. Well, let's get the show started, Thelma. Let's create content. Yes, so
content creation has showed people how versatile they can be. Yes. We see lots of kids, yes, Mercy Aigbe doing content, doing skits. Content creation is having fun and allowing the person that's watching you to have great fun as well. And if you are good enough to add our cultural values, our social norms, you do know that you are being a patriot. And of course, you will gather and garner a large following. Well, the NTA is behind you. But before we were behind you, we are ahead of you doing our own content. We create content for Nigeria, the continent, and in the world. True. And if you go on social media today, you will see old NTA productions showing the versatility of who we have become over time. So content creation, NTA, social media, are young, dynamic, risk-taking people. We are all one. We are one. That's why we can celebrate you with so much pomp. We began our conversation yesterday talking about content creators. Today, another array of creative, risk-taking people will join us. But first, Francis has been doing some amazing work behind the scenes to set the tone for our conversation. You know how he likes to do it. Francis, I know you went in depth. Please share.
Prior to the introduction of technology, most content creators had to rely on either studies and internships, and that will take them a long time to even present their own ideas. So they will have to work with people in their various industries, and they do the coffee, they do the tea, they learn the ropes, and that takes them a lot of years. Now with technology, what they have is the ability, even within their own bedroom, to utilize content creation apps like AI, CapCut, etc. on their phone. The advance of technology has bridged that gap. And they who are digitally savvy can now utilize all those apps, all those technologies to create content. Is it music? Is it film? Is it video? Things that go viral. They are the ones who are growing up with the technology. Almost all major artists in the music industry, in the film and video industry, are using the technology to create unbelievable content. You only have to look at the wave that Afrobeat has created, the wave that Nollywood has created. And they have been getting better because what have they been doing? They've been applying and implementing technology to bring themselves to the cutting edge to satisfying audiences. What we have to do as part of local content and protecting the culture is make stories in our own languages, utilize our dress sense, right? Utilize our music, our drums, our features, and incorporate those into all that we are doing. Many people now want to sing, you know, pidgin English. Is it Rihanna? Is it any of the other artists, Chris Brown? They all want to speak and sing in pidgin because of the effect. Burna Boy, Wizkid, Ira Star, Thames, they've all been able to now influence those artists to want to be like us. Because before, we wanted to be like them. People want to know, oh, I want to go to Nigeria. I saw, you know, a beautiful beach. I want to go to Kenya. I saw beautiful safari in the background of this music. You're selling your country by maintaining. Don't try to do what they do. Why would you leave and go to America to take videos in New York City, right? You can do that as an odd one, but maintain your environment so that you're selling that to the international public. The Mark Zuckerbergs of this world, with Facebook, etc., have realized that Nigeria has a lot of content. And that is why most of them are now bringing the African headquarters to Nigeria. And I think Nigerian kids need to ramp up their skills in content creation and offer it back to the international world. Because now, Nigeria is on the cusp of a digital young revolution. And I will advise all the young kids to take one aspect that they can specialize in, be known for it, be good at it, and their content is available to go on Netflix, is available to be used by Facebook, is available to use by Instagram. All these people want to be able to come here and create among our people. We should now be looking at developing our own version of Facebook. We should be looking at developing our own TikTok. This is from China. Why can't we have Nick-Knock, for example, Nigeria content, you know, or Nikok, right? Let's do that so that we now just look at what people are doing and we make it better, because content is sellable. Content is monetized. Mark Zuckerberg was just a young kid. All the others who have been making money in the digital space were very young content people. And they came up with ideas and monetized it. We can do the same, and let's do it. If you're at home and you're doing nothing, go online. Look at courses that have content creating modules. And whatever you like, because you have to have a passion for it, whatever you like, whatever you love, go after it. Use a digital application or a digital content that will help you create your type of content, and then look at how you can monetize it. So come off the unemployment ladder and get on the creative local content ladder, because the creative economy is worth trillions of dollars, not just naira, trillions of dollars. And therefore you can get on that train. Wish I knew how to smile again, but isn't it a strain how people bend when they sense the end of a mystic love affair? But loving is another way out. Loving is another way out. Whoa, and I've been there before.
Our focus, therefore, on Weekend Deal today will be on Nigeria's creative industry, content creation.
Thank you so much, Francis. Always enriching our conversation, going in depth and throwing it all out for us to see. Okay, so we've always said that, of course, content is king, but right now, content is also cash. People are smiling to the bank. So if you are talented, if you have the consistency, if you have the passion, lash on. Okay, so it is time for us to take a look at the digital economy, and Juliet Ehiboan will be taking us through that.
Content creation is an interesting area where we're really seeing the power of digital platforms at work. We have a lot of content creators in Nigeria and across Africa that are creating content, putting this content on digital platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and actually monetizing this content, monetizing to not just Africa, but to the rest of the world. And in that way, we're exporting talent, we're exporting our creative culture, and and attracting investment in, because a lot of these a lot of the monetization on these platforms comes from outside the country, and so it's a way of actually attracting foreign investment in and diversifying the economy. And it just really gives a platform with a very low barrier to entry for the average person. We know that Africa has a huge youth population. 70% of the population is youth. They're tech savvy, they're creative, they're dynamic, they're resilient. And these platforms, given their ease of use and ease of access, just really gives our young communities an opportunity to also participate and engage in the digital economy, create revenue and incomes for themselves, broadcast themselves, increase their exposure, increase their capacity, and just really help generate overall increased growth.
Yes, it's quite interesting to watch and listen to how everyone is so excited to talk about content creation, and we have something to add. But what is mind-blowing is that many of the young people who took this leap had no one to even talk to.
Yeah, because it's an all-commerce event, people want to get followership, and they're getting desperate. So people are putting content out there that ordinarily they shouldn't go into. For example, let's say the need for somebody who is already a star to become more unclad, to go more naked, just because she or he feels that if I do this, I'll get more followers. It is a fight for followers, and there's only for desperation. If you keep your content clean and nice, informative.
I was asking our guests about the tools for the trade. As you start, you can even see that couple, they are fine-tuning. To have talent and skill and confidence is one thing.
Yeah.
To fine-tune it to the extent that the viewer can see what you are trying to portray and enjoy it is something else entirely. Yeah. They are getting better at their game, bringing their children in. Now they've brought in a grandchild.
Yeah.
So they're bringing great-grandchildren.
What that baby being born on TV. I mean, not TV now.
On TV, let's say.
Yeah, let's say that baby came. Wow. That pregnancy, we followed that pregnancy. The baby came.
She's 40.
And then she's not 40 and she has all these kids.
And
I'm like,
20.
It's amazing what happens.
People are even asking them, would they have more? Because 40, she can have more kids.
She can have more kids.
She can have more kids if she wants to. 50. A mom who had her first child at 51.
Oh God, I don't want.
While she was having her first child, her best friend, who was 49, was a grandmom.
Okay.
Was birthing her first grandchild. Well, we're told that 1T is ready.
Okay.
What's 1T doing? Roles of social media in content creation. Just what we're talking about. Wantana, take it away.
Let's maintain the 180 since we've shot from this angle.
Nigeria's creative industry is undergoing a technological revolution. Affordable tools and innovative apps now empower content creators.
Content creation has been a very tedious thing. It has been a tedious task. To create content, you have to get the content, and getting content, arranging it, making it to suit people has been hard. But affordable technology has made it very, very easy. Technologies like AI, AR, VR, they have made it very easy. Now, you can access content from the comfort of your room. You don't need to go anywhere, and it can help you even write your script, arrange your script. Even as a music producer, it can even help write your lyrics and arrange it. And these technologies are built in with a lot of assimilation and prediction. So it tends to predict what people like, predict what they will find attractive, and it gives you a better view, which before it's not been that way.
Artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and virtual reality transform Nigeria's creative space.
AI has really created job opportunities. Now, from the AI itself, you make money by yourself. You now have a steady job, and you can stay from the comfort of your home while working. And this has created, you can become anything. It can teach you any skill you want. As far as you like the skill, before you might not have the money to pay extensively, but right now with AI and everything, it makes tools accessible.
Tech hubs and training programs bridge the gap for emerging creators.
Okay, now this is ChatGPT for all of us who know ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an AI that helps you write things and arrange your stuff. So let's say, for instance, I want to write a presidential speech. Maybe I'm the president of Nigeria and I want to write a presidential speech. With ChatGPT, I can write this speech in less than minutes, seconds. So all I just need to do is to tell ChatGPT to create a welcome.
Nigeria's creative space is evolving. Empowered creators shape the future.
Okay, thank you so much, Watson. You always bring on your A game. It is Weekend Deal, your favorite weekend show, coming to you from the network service of the NTA. It is time for us to take another break, but don't forget, it's all about content creation. We are here, so don't go.
It's Weekend Deal on the Nigerian Television Authority. Weekend Deal is that effervescent deal, the deal that never stops giving. And today we're giving you all the tips, all the tricks about content creation and its versatility. Group of people who are taking the world by storm. Well, your messages are coming in and Patience is ready to start to share it with the world.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We tell you that we are here only because you're there. And trust me, we mean it with every sense of responsibility. Thank you for always joining the conversation. Okay, this is from Ashaku, Kogi State. He said, kudos to you guys and all you do. Thank you so much. And then we have... okay, it says content creation, how do you monetize it? This is from Peter Jukwe, Abuja. We've been talking so much about it, and keep watching. We'll talk more about that.
But I think the focus perhaps shouldn't be money initially. The focus perhaps can be putting your creativity out there and seeing how people react on. That way you know how to fine tune, you know. Exactly. When you start increasing your followership, you now know that they are liking what you're doing. And then you can begin to talk about money. Okay. Then another good tip may be to follow under other content creators.
And see what they're doing. Yes. Okay. And of course, please have a staying power. Don't give up easily. Just keep doing what you're doing. Trust me.
You have people who are changing the narrative with good and those who are changing it with bad. Yes, it's good to advise, but perhaps as time goes on, they too will now see, Kai, this thing I'm even doing. Perhaps when the brands don't go to them.
Well, Thelma, you just said it, the internet never forgets. What you change tomorrow and the internet still remembers.
See, it's you saying that, you know, some people don't have, they feel like, I don't have anything to lose.
For real?
And perhaps who is paying my bills is just us.
As in, who can shame the shameless?
As in, it's just us.
People say, who can shame the shameless? Okay, somebody say good morning. It's a fantastic show. I'm having a good time. Thank you so much. You didn't tell us your name.
Okay, we are told that Lagos is ready. We have waited for you so keenly. And it's great to know that you are there. Okay, and that we can get started. We're talking about Prince Baba Agba. He's the special assistant to the president on creativity. But there's a lot more, and that's how his profile will help us shape his narrative so we can get geared up for our questions. His profile. Okay, we're talking about content creation, social media, and adding on our cultural values. And we're talking now with Prince Baba Agba. He's in Lagos. He's a special assistant to the president on creativity and a lot more. We do know when we talk about content creation in Nigeria, Baba Agba is one of the names that will be familiar to many people. So hello and welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you for having me.
We're talking about content creation. We began yesterday and we're going to continue our conversation today. Let us talk about the tools for this trade. Many young people are interested. They want to get on board, but they've been asking. Some are saying, how do I make money? And we have the opinion that money should not be your special focus as you take off. What about the tools for the trade? What about the passion? What about the creativity for which you are greatly known? How to start?
Thank you. I think with content creation, obviously, it all starts with an idea, with the story. And the amazing thing about Nigeria is that we're immaculately blessed with amazing, talented people from all parts of the country who are able to come up with these ideas, come up with these concepts, and take them through. Like you rightly said, you know, in the initial stages, it's not really money, it's passion, it's a voice, having a perspective, a point of view. But naturally, as you go through, you know, you meet collaborators, you meet people that you're going to end up working with, and you go through that process of gathering the resources, both human and material, that will be needed to really put out these ideas and concepts and express yourself.
We all agree that the industry is flourishing and there's so many people interested in it, so many content out there. Regulatory oversight, regulating, is there any need for regulation? Because it not only will it protect the consumers, but it also help the content creator or creation sector flourish more. What do you think?
I mean, largely, you have what I would say ends up being about 2 government regulators that really have oversight over the space. You have the Nigerian Broadcast Commission, which issues regulations around what is fit for mass communication on both television and on the radio. And then you also have the Nigerian Film and Video Censors Board, which acts as an arbiter for the content that we see in the cinemas, in the viewing centers, that type of a thing. So, you know, as it is with creativity, it can be very fluid, but they sort of act as the final guard for the public to make sure that whatever is going out is sort of fit for consumption. Of course, these conversations are always evolving. Stakeholders meeting with government, you know, the private sector. Also, you have the people that actually the creators, you have the distributors, you have those that are financing, and then you have the government regulators and also the government promotional agencies that are trying to make sure that the sectors thrive. So it's a very robust conversation where all parties come and discuss to come to a point of what type of regulation is needed. And I think, you know, we've seen the growth in the last decade, which is testament to really the sort of effective space and the room that the ecosystem has been given. In the last decade, which is testament to really the sort of effective space and the room that the ecosystem has been given. In the last decade, which is testament.
Many will call you a young person. You know, you can fit in very nicely and understand where many of our youths are coming from. People are talking about using their excitement, enthusiasm to leverage on highlighting Nigeria's cultural values. Do you think with your position and opportunity that you have to relate to these young people, that's something that they can leverage on? More of our culture, more of our diversity and dynamism? Are we getting there, or are we there already?
Yes, I mean, you know, what you find is that culture is, like I like to say, culture is ever evolving. Heritage maybe stands a bit much more still. And what you see is that with creativity, with ideas, people express themselves. It's the point of having a point of view, you know, it's an expression. So, you know, we at the ministry like to say that for Nigeria, we're really moving into the decade of ideas, the decade of creativity, where, you know, the economy will be ruled by ideas, and that will be the most important thing. And you can already see what we'll call the tip of the iceberg with that. You see what Afrobeats is doing. You see what Nigerian fashion is starting to do. You see what, you know, the music, the food is starting to do. You see the jollof wars going on, but you see the penetration in other markets. You see the film moving, the art space, and you see all of these embody our culture and our cultures in different ways. So, you know, Nigeria is made up of so many different ethnic groups, so many different languages, so many different experiences, and the people that make up Nigeria, the youth that make up Nigeria, tap into their various unique experiences to come up with these expressions that obviously people everywhere in the world are relating to. And that's why we're having this, I guess, where, you know, Nigeria is really on the map as a center for creativity globally. You see a lot of people want to visit, a lot of people want to associate with the music. You saw what happened with the football jersey, you know, going, selling out so quickly, about how many million, 2 or 3 million units issued by Nike. So, you know, that was done by a Nigerian fashion designer, you know, the motif. So if you look closely, you see that we're expressing ourselves, but we're now, you know, maybe gaining and learning the form and language that the world might understand, and then infusing our cultures into it. So, you know, going forward, I think with what the youth have shown so far, and sort of more of the things that are coming on board with what we're doing at the ministry, the policies and incentives we're bringing in place, I think that, you know, even this, you know, we're going to surpass any possible thing that we can think of.
When we talk of content creation, we must still agree, even though we say that you must get your story, you must get your creativity right first. But the big elephant in the room is still money. And talking about the monetization across some social media platforms, we hear that here in our climb in Nigeria, we don't get paid across this platform like our counterparts in other parts of the world have been paid. Why that disparity? Can you please speak to that?
Thank you for that question. You know, I was at the Abuja International Film Festival actually this week, speaking on the panel, and this conversation also came up. You know, for those of us in the sector, these are conversations we've had, you know, for the last decade plus. Every time we gather, we talk about sort of the bottlenecks and issues. And you know, what I said was, it might sound a bit controversial, but I don't think that money or financing is the primary problem. I think it's a sort of symptom of a bigger issue, where the ministry we're trying to solve with the stakeholders is, you know, how much financing or being able to access money is a quotient of what you're able to do from a distribution, exhibition, sales, monetization standpoint. You know, so what we have to focus on is what I refer to as the marketplace. We obviously have a big market, which is the demand from the people locally, regionally, and internationally. That's why you see that focus of Nigeria. But how are we able to get these products, these experiences, these expressions to them in a legitimate, repeatable, predictable way where value can be exchanged for service or product? And once you're able to do that, but then also have that expansive, you see that you're able to reach more people. And then you're able to monetize on a higher level, which means that, quote unquote, you know, for those of us in the creative industry, we say the suits, the bankers see you as bankable or more reliable. So what we're really looking at is not just one thing. So yes, the president last FEC just approved, the president and council, the Federal Executive Council approved the Creative Economy Development Fund, which really is a unique funding structure for the industry that's going to offer debt, quasi-debt and equity. Also looking at IP funding, using ideas and IP and people's copyright as a form of leverage, instead of asking them to bring all kinds of guarantees, but to make sure that, you know, the creatives have access. But also part of that is looking at how do we finance the infrastructure, both hard and soft, that the industry needs. How do we expand the cinemas? You know, we only have about 70 or odd cinemas in Nigeria, which is, you know, the biggest black nation in the world, whereas other cities in other, you know, places have way more. So how do we expand that? How do we make sure that television thrives? How do we make sure that, you know, the ecosystem works? How do we make sure that the experiential side works? How do we make sure we have arenas so that our big global Afrobeat stars can perform at home? How do we make sure that we have, you know, MICE infrastructure so that we can have major conventions, major expos, and bring the rest of the world to us? So right now the world is consuming us, but how do we make sure that that consumption happens on ground? Because that then leads to the hard jobs, that leads to the, you know, the trickle down, the accelerator effects, that leads to our communities having activity, which will bring this sort of zeitgeist closer to the average person. So whether it's the food vendors, whether it's the transport workers, whether it's the hospitality sector, the tourism sector, you see that, you know, once the idea goes out and people love it and you're monetizing it locally, everybody else benefits, and that's the real economic catalytic growth that we're trying to achieve.
I was looking to GDP, you know, because now we need to walk our talk. These young people are leading with their expertise, ingenuity, and risk-taking ability. They are leading the world. They are leading the continent. So how can we leapfrog on that, their courage and ambition, and spearhead growth for the country, talking about the economy? But you've already answered part of that question, because when money is being invested in them, we know there will be a positive outcome in the nearest future. So can we have your final words on content creation, Nigerian youths, television viewing, regulation, you know, on the final note in less than 1 minute?
Yeah, I would add a bit of an answer to that. You see, this sector has been identified as a unique growth sector and one that is really dominated by the youth. So His Excellency Mr. President, in his wisdom, created a standalone ministry that focused on the creative economy and the tourism economy so that we have the right sort of impetus to grow. So what you see now is that the Honorable Minister has been given the mandate for cultural and economic expansion, which means bringing in the right policies, the right frameworks, the regulatory, the financial, the infrastructure, and making sure that we have the right types of partnerships. You know, you see the ministry's 8-point plan, the presidential imperatives, you see our strategic framework. So what we're doing is that we're working with all of these to get a leapfrog growth, because we have to contribute more to the economy and beat all benchmarks, both locally and internationally. So like I said, this is a decade for ideas, a decade of creativity, where, you know, ideas and the creative genius of the Nigerian youth will really be what takes the country around the globe and brings the country the prosperity it's been chasing for. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Papa. It's been great chatting with you.
Yeah.
We wish you well in all your endeavors.
And we pray that some of these things you're articulating will see it in our time. That is the prayer. Well done and kudos for all you do. Okay, I would allow Enugu to join this conversation now. Enugu, take it away.
Oh, you don't care for me like this. You don't care like this. Oh, I'm going to carry. I'm going to tell me. 4 years, I want to die. Yeah, man. Hey, when they care for me, that's what the rest way you protect me like this. Do you want the money for go? No problem.
If you watch my content, you see that some of them I do with the native language. I speak Igbo often. So what I do is that I ask my editor to put write-ups, and so that people that do not understand it will actually do that. So by doing so, I am portraying the act of an Igbo man.
I mainly focus on family character, like the way mother-in-laws treat their daughters-in-law, and then the way daughter-in-laws treat their mother-in-law. I decided to focus on that area in order to teach us the importance of treating people as one. Relationship, we call it family.
See, bro, if you ask me, I will see you forget about everything and put your life together.
Bro, I can't believe I'm having a baby with my maid.
You have to come in terms with that.
We try to bring in culture in the movies that we do, with languages, with costumes. Most of the movies we add now, you see that costuming is very, very important.
Mama, please leave my house. My son! Mama, I sit there here, you see they push your mother like this. What kind of immorality is this? What is this problem? What's your problem? How can you leave me? Leave my house, Mama. Come on. Look at long while. I love Nigeria. We always showing our culture and our tradition in anything we are doing. It hardly even in content, even in skits, or even in movie. We show our culture. That's why now when you travel abroad and the whole world, you will see all Nigerians movies, even the content, even our content we are doing now is going all the global. Hey! Come on. Right there. Give it to me, Aisha.
I would say that our language is going viral. I'm using my own dialect, Igbo. I use subtitle to write it up. Then they will understand my action, my works, everything that I'm saying.
When I saw people from Philippines, American, Britain, that's something I say yes. At least people should believe for once that there's something we can actually do that will bring the whole world together. Because at some point everybody was into it. Even the people that understand the go-go-bongo and the people that don't understand, everybody started dancing go-go-bongo without knowing the meaning of the go-go-bongo. You understand? So I think it gave us a hype. We are like, okay, so if this can work, that means other things can work. When we are traveling now at the airport, because you're a public figure and you're in Nigeria, whichever country that you drop or you landed, or like, or even at the airport, they want to come and take pictures. Wow, see this guy we normally see on social media. We're changing that narrative. Maybe other countries are seeing us as bad influence. No, we're no longer bad influence to the society. We are now celebrities to other countries.
Now we are exposed. We are more exposed globally with our contents and our movies. They see us, they watch us, they want to be like us. They see the beauty in the costume, the beauty in the makeup, the beauty in the attire, the beauty in the language. So when they see all these things, it draws them much closer to their screen, to the movies we make. That's why most of our movies are topping charts.
Ogechi, mama. You know, anything about Davido excites me. But it's amazing that he linked up with this dynamic trio.
Yes.
And they just brought out something that is chart busting locally and internationally. But Davido is not the focus today, although he's a content creator, internationally reputed, right? But we have other content creators here with us today to enrich and nourish our conversation. That's how we meet, greet, and welcome Comfort Ayemenu. She's Novelle, I told her. She's the woman leader at Kara Modern Market. But it didn't limit her. She's creating content on the digital space. People are watching and she's increasing her followership. But her profile is next and will tell us more.
Madam, you're welcome to NTA Weekend Deal.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Okay, so also joining our conversation is a young man who is passionate, who is creative, and who has been producing content for some time now. He is Wisdom Etim Asukwa. Let's his profile.
Wisdom Asukwa, aka the Anointed. It's nice to have you with us.
Thank you
and you're
so
looking
much.
good.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
And I'll start with my woman leader.
Okay, I like that.
That's right. You know, if we were to, you know, we have, perhaps we're guilty of putting people in a box or in a particular space where we think that they ought to be, or people like you have been for a while. But this is a welcome development and a great surprise. Woman leader, cake making, content creating, how you marry these three interesting and dynamic
And I'm
fields.
sure she's the mother.
Yes, I am.
You say you're women in the market, you also create content there.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
Good morning, Nigeria. Thank you so much for having me today. Good morning, Kara Modern Market. Good morning to my lovely husband. Good morning to everyone.
I just say,
okay, I'll say I started content creating during COVID. when we're at home, you know, we had a lot of time to, you know, look back on what we have done so far and all. So I just found that a passion to create content while watching it online. So I said, this would be a very good avenue for me to, you know, go further in my business. So I started. So I joined the dancing trend. I don't know.
You dance? Okay, when never say you are surprised. Now, dancing?
Oh God. It was
more amazing.
Look, let me tell you one thing, okay?
Yes, please, say.
I was a very, very, very shy person. Up till now, nobody believed me whenever I said that. I was so shy that I couldn't do that on air, you know? But when COVID strikes, we needed to do other things, you know. So I started, you know.
We were all inside the hole.
It was like magic. Like when I started, everything started going viral. I said, what?
Tell me what your husband said. Tell me what your husband said the first time.
What is this? I said, please, sir, this is for business. This is solely for business. And it went so well. Like, all my posts were going viral. People were coming in. You know, before the COVID, I had just set up my academy. As if I knew what was going to happen. So by the time we came back...
Academy for making cakes?
Yes, for cakes. So by the time the COVID strike and I found myself creating content, I used that. So you hear things like, I think I'll be comfortable with you because you look fun to be with.
Oh my
God. Dancing any trend I see, I just jump into it. You know, the trend comes and I just flow. It's easy because you just follow the flow. You don't need to, we don't need to create fresh content. We just jump into trends that are coming up. So as we're coming, when COVID finished, and if you see the rush to our academy, it was like
massive.
Massive.
Like you went nationwide
to
meet people.
Oh wow, this thing is great. And it was just flowing and flowing and flowing, and I keep dancing. You mean this dancing? Oh, let me do more. So I started doing more.
Dancing more. Dancing in the morning.
Women are saying about their woman.
Oh no! Look, they are glued to my WhatsApp status like 247.
That's where you're putting it.
Because they say that it's like medicine to them. They just want to watch my status and be happy.
Can you imagine?
Because I told them, yes, that's part of it. I mean, see, there's one thing I want to say. If I didn't post a content 1, 2, 3 days, I get messages like, Ma, are you okay? I hope you're all right because we haven't seen your content.
Amazing. I mean, wow. I mean, dancing in the car.
You are amazing.
You are amazing. There's something so gentle about you that when you started, I'm like, how? Okay, so why Madam Comfort dance to dance in the cash? There's a young man here, Wisdom. You've been a content creator for how long?
Since 2017.
Since 2007, and
yes.
you have
17.
Yes, 17.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have quite a followership on social media, I want to believe.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what exactly do you create, and how did you start content creation?
Okay, good morning, Nigeria. I really appreciate and I'm happy that I'm here today. So I create comedy skits.
Oh, comedy skits.
Yes, ma'am. And I started 2017.
There's no yes man here. It's Patience and
Thelma. I mean, we are young. How is that now?
Want to start making our own content too? We follow Madam Comfort's trend.
Why you too? Please,
no problem.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, so while I started, it wasn't really easy because I started as a novice.
Yeah.
But I had the passion for it, but I didn't know how to go about it. But I just know that if I have my phone, I can just record and post online. Okay. Even when I don't even know that money is coming out. But I was doing it for the love. So along the line, I started shooting, doing the little editing I could. So, but when I started posting, I've gotten so many discouragements. A lot of people have told me that I should just give up on it, that it's not making any sense. But at the time, consistency. So I was still doing it. You know, even my mom, she was like, I'm too focused on this thing. Why not focus more on my work? I told
what
her
was
that,
your work?
Okay, I am a graphic designer. So I was also learning
there is
the work.
togetherness in the and in the ride.
So I was carrying the two along, but my mom felt like I was more focused on the content,
of the
graphics. So I had that passion for it, and then gradually I was coming up, and you know, I keep posting until you get to a spot where I had to. Then Nedu had a campus store in Abuja.
See how it's going.
So he was saying we should make a 1-minute video. I think it was about social vices. It was
the coordinator.
It's a drug abuse. Alhaji Musa Nedu was
Nedu.
I created a 1-minute video. I posted too. So I was lucky to be among the chosen ones. Like I was invited to come and perform with my crew then. So when
you have a team.
I have a team. Sorry,
for your skits.
For my skits, and it's Team BBC Worldwide.
How many are you?
We are about 5.
So
6.
why are you here alone today?
I have one of them.
One is creating content.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I went there, and the next thing, due to how we appeared, because I had to do t-shirt for my team, we came out in like flying colors. They had to like take us picture and upload
on his page.
So that day when I came back,
it
went viral. Everybody was like,
your time had come. You know, hard work pays. Yes, no one knows when and how, but it does pay. What is your mom saying today?
My mom is proud. She's happy. Because even when she goes to the market, and maybe if she asks me to follow her, a lot of people, is this your son?
You are the mother of him. You are the son of her. You are the mother of him.
And so she's happy. She's like, is it
your thing that you are doing?
Guys? Are you coming to show them on your phone or how? I said, no, Mom. They are seeing it on the internet. So at the point, I got one advert deal. Just a small advert.
Nothing is small, my bro.
By God's grace, or something.
It's so humble.
So they called me. They said if I can advertise for a platform, I say yes. And it's not like maybe somebody told them about me. They just got to discover me online, and then they gave me the project. So when I did the advert, they liked it. They paid me. I came to my mom.
You went to Mama.
Mama. It is happening,
please,
Mama.
Let's give it up for all the mamas. Please join this clapping. Mama. Yes.
So I came to her. I said, this is from my content. Aww. And she was really happy and she prayed for me.
Oh, I'm so touched.
Madam Comfy, when success came at Kara Modern Market, where did you go and knock first?
Ogana, it's daddy.
No, ma.
Daddy, wa?
Because Mama is not there, Dada is not there. So it's just.
What are your children saying?
Oh God! Kids. They already know their Mama.
They expect you to be making content. They never did.
No, they never did. They never did. But it happens.
Do they join you once in a while?
Yeah, of course they do. I have some videos online that have my children. You know, once in a while I just bring them on.
Oh,
even when my son doesn't really want to have anything to do with that, but we still force him most times.
Is Daddy planning to join in sometime?
Oh no, don't go there.
Don't go there. I know that Kara Modern Market Women, your woman leader is here. You sending messages so Patience wants to read all these messages. I know they will be. Even as I'm sitting here, I'm amazed. You know, if I saw you outside, like I said, we have this challenge. We always do stereotype.
Calm, gentle,
woman that doesn't want wahala. It's not like issue.
But I don't like wahala.
Will not take risk.
I don't like wahala.
Yes, but I know.
When action comes,
you do it. I mean, that's how to be. That's how to be.
Messages?
Okay, so what messages? Somebody actually said, dear Thelma and Patience, thank you for your tireless efforts and dedication in bringing out valuable topics for this program. We have a whole crew anyway. To our content creators, as influencers, you have the power to shape minds and inspire positive change. I urge you to produce content that educates and enlightens, promotes empathy and understanding, foster unity and inclusivity, encourage critical thinking, inspire personal growth from Chike Worry. That's so nice. Thank you so much, Chike. Thank you so much. And then somebody says, good morning, NTA. My name is Mrs. Jenny NTA Natal. I live at 88 Sari, Igamu Road, already Lagos. I have a sister. She has been sick for 7 years and she can't work. Please, can I still produce content? I'm from Lagos. Okay.
We have people online who have used tragic situations. They've morphed it into content. But it's a very thin line. You don't need to bring your sister into your content creating. But there's life. You are alive. So there's hope. But I'm comfy. What do you say? Tell us now with your expertise of 4 years content creating.
Of course. Content creating mostly have to do with realistic. It works. It goes faster when you're realistic about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing in your sister if she wants
if she agrees.
to. You can't
you
do
must
that.
use some ingenuity to do that with her permission.
With her permission.
But even at that, we are talking as if we were talking out. I mean, there's so many examples. We follow so many people whose loved ones are going through a very critical illness, and we journey with them through their hospital time. And I think it was 2 months ago, I watched one that I cried. The lady finally died, and they took us through the process. At the point where the mother held her hand and said, you can rest. That was when I broke down. I cried like, and a lot of people cried with them because we followed her. We're praying that she will get better. And she got to a point where the mother held her hand and said, you can go. It's okay to rest. You've fought enough.
Well, you're watching Weekend Deal. A break beckons. We ask you to stay with us. We've got exciting gist for you about content creation and more. So don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. It is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, and we are still taking a look at content creation. And I would ask, before we go to training videos, I want Wisdom to talk about something. And again, I'm talking about monetization. What does it take to be monetized? How do you get paid? There are so many questions on that here. So if you would ask that question, Wisdom is going to answer, being a content creator for some time and has some sort of followership. How do I make money on YouTube, for example?
Okay, first of all, on YouTube, I think they have policies that you need to meet up with. Like, first of all, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 hours of watch time.
4,000 hours of watch time. So if you have
4,000 hours, no views.
Views.
Okay, how do they get the hours of watch time?
By your views. The more views you get.
By your views.
Yes. And
but somebody is going somewhere to still break down the views, because we, with our layman's eye, all we know is views. So YouTube, they have their material, know how to break them down. So are you making something off online now?
By the grace of God, very soon.
Okay, good one.
The only platform that I've made something out is TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
Yes.
TikTok page. Don't have a TikTok page. Tell us the policies.
Like on TikTok, when you have 1,000 followers, you are eligible to go live, and that's where you start making your first money.
Okay, so not anyone can just go live.
You have to gain 1,000 followers first.
So they ask for your account number. What happened? I don't think you know it. I just want to go down.
She's rehearsing.
So when you go live, they'll say, I think on that call you and say, Wisdom, I better say the account number.
It's not done that way.
Why is it done?
So you need to have gifters.
Okay, that's why they put all those stars there.
Yes, gifters are people that are interested in what you do and they are ready to support you. And the avenue for them to support you is when you go live. So you are like telling them that, okay, I'm live, come and show me love.
Show love how? Like with likes?
When they come to your life, they have TikTok has different gifts. They have roses, they have hearts, they have ice cream, they have lion. For instance, if somebody buys you a lion, it's like giving you $400.
When somebody
buys you a lion on your live.
Okay, so they put all these symbols there, and the viewer now comes to click on them.
They are buying it with their money.
Yes.
So they are gifting you now as a gift, and it's piling up on your wallet.
Good one.
So at the end of the live, TikTok is going to notify you, okay, this is what you've made.
Good one.
in your on your live video.
Okay.
If it is $12, $100, $200. But first of all, you have to gain gifters, because you might go live even if you have gotten to 1,000 followers. You might go live
and they no gifters.
No
okay,
gifters.
so I'm going to go live. I need gifters. I'm not even on TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok, but I'm going live right now. So
the anointed one, Wisdom. We're wrapping up our show. What are your final words?
Okay, my final word is to my upcoming content creators, you that have passion for content. So I'm going to take myself for instance. So how I started at the point where so many people have said a lot of things to me, and I keep doing it, and I got to a stage where I became stronger, and I'm still doing it. So I'm just going to say that everybody has the right to talk. Some people will take you for what you're doing, while some will abuse you. But what I'm going to say is that you should keep creating, because consistency will make you perfect no matter what. When you are very consistent, you become what you want to be, and the world will celebrate you.
Exactly.
Understand? So never give up on your dream, and always pray, because you can achieve a dream if you don't pray about it.
Yes, you're right.
God is number
Prayers.
one.
Prayers.
Final words.
No should not deter you. People's opinions should not deter you. Keep the dreams going. Madam Comfy, your final words.
As I said earlier, I said I was a very shy person, right?
Yeah.
So some people will say I'm camera shy. I don't want my face out there and all. I said, no. If you find something that will grow your business, that will make you bigger and better, why not go for it? Do it, because it's working for me, and I'm making lots of sales through content creation. So you can do that as well. So no shyness anywhere. Keep that shyness.
Keep that shyness. Shyness help.
And just grow your business.
Even sometimes that shyness has an endearing quality
Yes.
that
For
the
some
viewer will
people.
align with.
Yes.
So it shouldn't
go for
limit
it.
you. Shyness is not saying you lack confidence.
No.
If you are talking about something you are passionate about, people will see it.
Yes.
And maybe people are now making cakes because of you.
I'm telling you,
Out there.
like that content creator has taken me
to another level.
No way, I go to places and people recognize me. Like most times I even do like this, so that they don't, you know. So it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
So I would advise
You are
that
the star in the
you know, I'm
family.
the star. Look, like I'm the star.
God bless
Do you
you.
understand?
Madam Comfort is the
So,
star.
and I want you to become the star of your business.
Yes. Every Nigerian is born with a gift.
Yes.
Everyone has a gift. You are the person that will purposefully platform yourself where you can shine. It's when you shine all through that people will begin to rally for you. Never give up, because quitters
never win. Whatever you decide to do, whatever job, whatever you decide, any creative thing you want to do, just keep going. Let it know deter you. Don't let it know deter you. God bless Nigeria. Goodbye. Bye-bye.